Okay, so I'm going to make chile con carne, and I bought this today. It's about close to 2 pounds, and I'd like to buy this because it has marbling, so that'll give it a lot more flavor. Um, then you just cut it up like this, and you have basically all same size if you can. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal. I just like it to cook evenly. And you put it in a pan that has water, because all that marble stuff will release fat, and it can cook in its own fat. But if it gets too dry, you can always put a little bit of oil. You can season the meat right now while it's in there. Um, I just put salt and pepper, since I'm actually gonna make chile con carne. If I was just gonna eat it by itself, I would put a little bit more, but I will add some onion and some garlic a little later. Okay, so I roasted tomatillos because it's gonna be a chile verde, and a bunch of serranos, and I'm not gonna make it spicy, so I'm not exactly sure how much of what I'm gonna use, because I don't know how spicy these serranos are. But just like everything, when you make a salsa, you start with one or two, put tomatillos in, and then it's a taste game after that. That way you don't make it, you make it to your liking. Not too spicy, not too bland, however you like it. So this is starting to boil. All I do is just move it around. I salt it, I put salt on it and pepper, and I move it around to make sure, at least I try to cook it evenly. As I said, it's going to let out a lot of its own juices, which is why I picked the marble one, the one with the fat in the middle of it. You'll see the difference when it's cooking. It's looking better. Still needs a little while though. I think it takes like a half hour to 45 minutes. I have it on a medium-low heat and with a lid. Okay, so let's see how it's doing. See how it looks so good cooking in its own juices? The way I'm doing the meat right now is the way I do it for the tamales, my tamales. Now this makes the difference between a good tamal and a great tamal. Doing this, because if you boil the meat, you don't get the taste. And it's the same water, it's just evaporating. And as it evaporates, it's cooking the meat. Still needs a little bit. So let's keep cooking. Okay, let's take another look. Getting there, it's almost done. So now what I'm going to do is add 1/4 of a cup of oil so it can start. I just use canola oil. You can use any oil you have, just to help it crisp up a little bit on the outside. I'll even it out and put the top up. Okay. You hear it? It smells so good. Okay, we're going to give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to make the chile, or the salsa verde. Okay, so I put 2 serranos, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 tomatillos, and I put about 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to blend it really until I don't liquefy it basically. And to thicken it, I'm going to use more tomatillo, but not put not hit the blender so much. Hold on. Okay, so I did taste it, and it tasted spicy, and I did taste that I forgot to put salt. So I put salt in. Now I'm gonna put 2 more tomatillos and blend it, but blend it so it's not so that should be enough. Look at that deliciousness. Oh yeah. Okay, so at this point, what you want to do is you want to drain some of that fat out, the oil, and be careful when you do it. But that oil is good if you make beans and you want to refry them. Okay, so here we go. I drained it. I left a little bit on there, so for when I heat it up, it won't stick. So you put the salsa in there. There you go. Move that around, and you're going to cook it at a low heat, and you could put a little bit more water in it, and once it's boiled, it's ready to eat. Okay, so I went ahead and put more water in it because it looked like it was a little dry, but the reason I put more water in it so it could cook, and when it's done, it's going to evaporate, so it will thicken up. Right now it looks watery, but it will thicken up. Okay, here we go. See how it's thickening up? And it looks so delicious, and it smells so good. Okay, so this was what was left over. Now if you put it in the freezer like this, you can let it freeze, and once it's frozen, you can put it in a baggie, a freezer bag, and then take them out one by one as you need them. Just put it in water, and it'll defrost quick. But that way you can have extras, like if you need to spice something up, or if you need to cool something down, you can use it on tomatillos. Okay, it's ready, it's done. So there you go. Chile con carne, chile verde. Yum.